go to date with ya.
I ripped it. All the on my two first notes.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's week 4 and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Detroit Lions.
Get your money up. I'm your money down. On all of us. On my people now. On what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We dealing with things you ain't seen before. We feeling the weight of our exodus. We hear the ways that are left alone. We'll have to get time to the valley. We'll help for the one that left gone. Let it young boy ball of us. Now bring out the drums in this. And my homie got history. Let they say what a word. Bring out the
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cook. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibbs. And able to get this one across the 45 before it's brought down. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it? Kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
That's taken in by Arroyo. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal with a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Dobbins is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Gibbs. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Yeah, I think he was able to lean forward a little bit, but he did not get the first down. So that's a very disappointing play, as it's going to bring up 4th and very short.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try to run with Gibbs. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. The drive begins with a handoff to Andrews. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. On the ground, Andrews again. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun on 3rd down, Clark able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action, Clark. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Clark. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And it's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, trying to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, you're out of the edge of the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. throwing. Cook. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up second down. Looking to throw. Clark. A dump off this time for Andrews. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 34.
55 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run again here with Andrews. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the quarterback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They'll run it with Andrews. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, for this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
2nd and 10. Gibbs straight ahead.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
In a fourth down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Here's Andrews. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And the 49er first down.
Come on. Hey,
Off the play fake. Clark.
Now he's going to step up and run.
He finds his man. Complete. That's Aguilar. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
go, Reed, go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Now Andrews. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Andrews. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Let's go now. Go.
Off play action. Clark. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt. Right hash. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead.
46-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. In motion right comes Reed. They'll run on first down. It's Andrews. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of Brings up 2nd and 5.
They run the counter. It's Andrews. And not much running room. Down to 32. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On 3rd down, Andrews. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
For the field goal, a 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Niners are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down of the yard.
Back to throw. Clark. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
41-yard line.
Off the bootleg. Clark to the right side and complete to Washington. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Cup 19. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
Off the play fake. Clark. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
7 Panther 11.
Back to throw again. And it is caught. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That is first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. 41 yards.
And the Niners have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Christian Fulton.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
First down 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
On first down, it's Andrews. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're going to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Here we go. Here we go.
1st down. Here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Cook and I kick. Ready.
They run it again with Cook. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. James Cook, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the 49ers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the 1st half.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown.
Jamison Williams
With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
The Lions will set up for the 2.
The quarterback will keep it himself. They're going to try and run. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having zero fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 35, here's second down and 1. Up the middle, here's P-Ryan.
And on the inside the 35, down at the 34-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
The second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Cook up the gut.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Niners on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
Cowboy, trap 60, trap 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
Off play action. Clark. Complete to Washington. And the 49ers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. They try again with Cook. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. James Cook with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 82 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, 49ers.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.